Welcome back to OG and Operation Game Night. We are back. It's the return of the Mac. Clayton Gable, how you doing, Clay?
I'm doing good. I just love cutting you guys off with that intro video.
Mid-sentence, he's ready to go.
Man.
When Clay's ready, we go.
Yeah. I was done with the chit chat, the talking about what we were gonna do, and I just wanted to do it. So it's good to be doing it.
He's got a happy trigger finger.
Yeah.
The return of the Mac. Anyways, I've created a monster because nobody wants to hear Travis no more. They want Jared. I'm chopped liver. So Jared, how you doing?
Dude, it's so good to be back from Join Ups June. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
Thank you for providing us this break in June, fearless leader. And I'm ready to hit July hard.
That's right.
Right in the mouth.
Yeah.
If you let me.
Thank you to Clay. Not to Clay.
Yeah. F you, Clay.
Yeah, screw you, Clay. Thank you to
wow.
Vic and Amanda for lending us their production and their episodes, and we wanted to make sure that we spotlit them. So if you have not done so already, go ahead and follow Games Moss podcast and have a seat with Amanda Lee because they put out awesome content. Make sure that you follow Empty Nest Board Mama and Games Moss Pod on the Instagram and go and engage with those two because they are great friends of the show, personal friends to us, and go show them some love. But today, we're going to talk on this special operation. We're going to talk about the World Series of Board Gaming because we have a potential competitor amongst us. Jared, tell us about the World Series of Board Gaming.
Well, I just want to say it feels good to be back with my brothers. Travis came all the way across the Atlantic, and then he came to see me. Okay, I just want to say that. Clay wanted him to drive to go see him after
was on the way.
Flew. He flew for 15 hours. Okay, he didn't fly for 15 hours. They made his ass sit on the apron for like 4 hours while his dogs were underneath the plane dying of heat. And they were okay. I mean, everyone was.
Everybody made it.
I didn't mean to say dying out there, but and then Clay had the audacity to say, "Hey, why don't you just drive up and see me?
Why don't you drive 2 hours out of your way?"
Okay. I thought you flew into BWI. That's what you told me before.
I did.
That's like an hour.
Oh, okay.
Well, all right. Sorry.
If you're gonna sit on the tarmac for 4 hours, you might as well come see me.
All right. I just wanted to twist. I just want to, give him a little dig. A little dig. But as the resident World Series of Board Gaming expert on the podcast, I just wanted to throw out there that whatever we've been talking about on the World Series of Board Gaming up until this point on the podcast has actually been pretty wrong. I went to the About Us part of the of this website and learned a lot. It helps to read about the event that you're considering going to. I actually follow them on Instagram. I've been looking at this, so I want to help educate my fellow podcasters, and feel free to stop me at any moment while I educate you on the plan of attack, potentially, because my boss still doesn't know that I did buy plane tickets. They are refundable, but I did buy plane tickets to go to Vegas in September. Okay, so here's what we got going on here. Clay does have the screen share up, but we have 4 full days of gaming. Okay, each day they have 4 games apiece. Well, I was under the impression I had to play 16 different games to try and become the best board gamer ever. That is not the case. Okay, that's not physically possible because look at the start times: 9, 10, 11, 12. You cannot finish one single game of Terraforming Mars in an hour before
Or a couple turns, maybe.
No,
you probably can't get through first 2 turns.
My ass can't even finish reading the cards in an hour to decide which ones I really want to start the game with. So here's the deal. This is what's actually kind of neat about the World Series of Board Gaming. you can kind of choose your own way into this tournament. You can choose to play for 1 day, you can play for 2 days, or you can play for 4 days.
Oh.
Each day you decide to play, you get to choose one game. So if I want to play for 1 day, I choose which day I want to play, and then I choose the day, and then I choose which game on that day I want to play. So
Ooh.
obviously, I'm very interested on Sunday for the 11 a.m. session of the Lost Ruins of Arnak. But I don't know. I could be persuaded into maybe Dune Uprising, Imperium Uprising. I could see myself maybe doing Terraforming Mars. I don't know. But here's the thing. The tournament works in this way. If you win, you're the top dog for your game. It's a tournament style where there's only a certain number of seats per game. Once the seats are filled, you can't enter for that game. I don't think any of the games are currently filled. So anyone that's listening, if any of these games sound good, Terraforming Mars, Brest, Birmingham, the White Castle, Azul, those are all on Friday. I mean, Azul is a very easy, accessible game that I'm sure there's some absolute geniuses that'll just tear you apart. But you can enter that tournament, and if you win the Azul, you're the top dog for Azul. That puts you into the like round of 16. All the winners from these 16 games get put into the Tuesday, championship, and they'll play 4 of these 16 games.
Mm.
4 of these 16 games will be chosen as the championship games. So 16 people will be the winners of these games. 4 games will be chosen. Then you'll be grouped into groups of 4. The winners of those 4 games will then those 4 winners will be brought into the one championship game, and then they'll play a single game that nobody has won. So that's another thing that I haven't mentioned. The game that you play in the higher and higher levels of this tournament, you'll play a new game that no one's played.
Yikes.
So if I'm the
Wow.
Arnak, and I'll play maybe someone who won for Azul, and someone else who won for Ra, and someone else who won for Splendor, we won't play the game that they won in their, it's called the ring events, the ring games. We won't play the one that you were really good at.
Mm.
So I actually still need to be kind of good at the other games, or know enough about how to be good at them. And I think the really good ones, they really are good at all of them. So
Yeah.
really do need to be good at all 16 if I really want to be the best, World Series of board gaming.
So there's 16 games listed here. There's a potential 17th game that like surprise you guys have not played this game at all during this tournament, but here it is.
No. There, you just won't play a game that you've ever played before.
Okay.
So
out of the 16.
Out of the 16. So the way they describe it on the game, or on the website, is they literally have 16 chits in a bag, and to decide who plays in what position, they'll reach into the bag, grab it out, whatever game that is. Let's say they pull out Wingspan. The winner of the Wingspan ring game,
Okay.
that person is put into the bracket, or the game of game 1. Wingspan is actually the game that will be played on table 2.
Oh, okay.
And then they'll go
Yeah.
reach into the bag and pull out a new one. And that's going to be the Lost Ruins of Arnak. The winner of Lost Ruins of Arnak will now play Wingspan.
Mm.
And
Okay.
now Lost Ruins of Arnak, whoever that guy will be table 3.
Wow.
And so like they have it all. It's like very much they don't want to get sued, because there's like $40,000 or something like that of winning cash.
Wow.
But there's actually other events that, if you guys don't want to play these ones, the ring events, there's like side events.
Oh,
Let me see.
satellite events.
I saw Let's see. Sorry, I thought I had it pulled up. There's other. They're
Yeah, the
called
event schedule.
Phoenix games. Yeah. So let's look at the schedule. I'm gonna fly in Thursday night. I don't know. Maybe I'll move it up. Maybe I won't. I don't know. The gaming starts in the morning, but then you start seeing these Phoenix games. These Phoenix games, there's other games that are going to be played, like Catan, but they are going to also play Phoenix games of the games that are played, those 16 games for the ring games. And these are kind of like one-off sit down and play, and you can win up to like $250. I think you will have to pay like a $50. It's pretty much like you're playing blackjack, but for board games.
Oh, nice.
They're like mini tournaments for that game.
Dang.
So let's say maybe I don't want to play the really big boy Lost Ruins of Arnak. We could still get me into a Phoenix game, which is like a smaller version of this really big World Series board gaming event. And that's going to be Lost Ruins of Arnak Phoenix tournaments, 5 p.m. on Sunday.
Crokinole doubles.
Crokinole doubles right there.
Dang.
Boom.
Dang.
So again, these are like smaller versions. If you have a ticket to the show, which if you're not playing these ring games, I think it's only like $90 or something like that, just to go walk around, be part of the convention. You can have access to these Phoenix games. I'm not sure exactly what the price is to sit down and actually be part of these Phoenix games. Dune Imperium Phoenix game.
Perfect.
I love it. I might just have to do that. I don't know. I might still be involved in the Lost Ruins of Arnak ring event, though. That starts at 11. So I don't know. It's tough. But so there's a lot more than just those 16 games if you go and look at the schedule of events. So they also have the entire library of Dice Tower East or Dice Tower West is going to be there.
Whoa, that's a big library.
Yeah, it's a gigantic library.
Yeah. We're talking a lot of games. Let's see. Is there side events? This is what I wanted to look at with you guys. And you can play. There's going to be a lot of other influencers. Potentially the Operation Game Night might be there. You might get to meet Operation Game Night. I don't know. Yeah. Over 30 walk-up tournaments played in a single elimination pod of 16 people or less.
Wow.
So yeah, you could win up to 25 or $250 per competition. You got to be 25 or 18 years or older. Are you 18? Yeah. So it says more info will be announced in May. I can't find the more info. That's why I'm pretty sure you're going to have to do like a $50 buy-in or something like that. It's not going to be free. I'll tell you that. But yeah, even if let's say we don't go and play the Lost Ruins of Arnak on Sunday, the three of us just go. We'll have access to the gaming hall.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it closes at 2 a.m.
Perfect.
We could be sitting there sipping on whatever drinks we want to be sipping on. We bring your own board games. You can check out the games from Dice Tower West.
Yeah, it's that's a legit library.
It's pretty huge, right?
Yeah, they have one of their like convention hall areas just dedicated to shelf upon shelf upon shelf.
2,500 games. Yeah.
Library. Holy smokes.
Look at that. I mean, this says 24/7 gaming. But the other thing said that,
2 a.m.
At 2 a.m. I'm not going to be playing board games at 3, but
you would be surprised.
Don't put it past me, I guess. So anyways, maybe that is what Dice Tower West is.
Yeah.
Dice Tower West is the 24/7.
But that's also not in September. That's usually in March.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
But what I'm saying is, this thing is more than just the World Series of board gaming. Now, the prices are they're up there. if you want to play 4 days, I think it gets up to like 500, $600. If I want to just play 1 day and just play Arnak, I think it's like $300. Yeah, $300 for 1 ring day pass, and then like, it's kind of like the old, getting a large Slurpee. You get a small Slurpee, it's like $2. If you get a large Slurpee, it's like $2.50. So you might as well get the large Slurpee because it's only 50 more cents.
Of course.
So do I just do 4 days of Slurpees, but I don't want to be in this tournament for 4 days if I could be playing with you guys, not a bunch of neckbeards.
If you're playing in the tournament, Clayton and I will be standing behind you at the
we
table.
will be riveted,
rubbing your shoulder.
Yeah,
be misting you with some water.
We will be your biggest supporter.
My bad boy.
Yeah.
Like, your energy's getting low. Maybe a couple 2 claps from Ric Flairs.
Yep.
Hey,
things like that.
Jared, can we go back to something real quick about the big ring tournament structure? I was trying to follow all that, but quite frankly, it's very confusing.
We can run it back.
So if you pick your game for day 1, do you only play that game 1 time and then you're the winner, or you play like 4 or 5 games that day?
Style.
Oh,
you could play up to 5 times the same game. So it's again single elimination, potentially 36 or 32, right? 16, 32. Yep, 32 games played, first round. The winners go down and go down and go down. Actually, probably more than 32 because they're playing 4-man games. Four-man games. 1 person comes out of that 4-man game into another 4-man game. And so in order to be the ring leader or the ring master, I don't even know what the official title of the winner of the ring. They actually give you a ring. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They legitimately give you a ring if you win Arnak. How cool would that be? I had a freaking Lost Ruins of Arnak ring, and every day on the podcast, you turn on the podcast, I'd just be like, "Yo, check out my freaking Lost Ruins of Arnak ring." Boom.
Yeah, you'd have to.
How cool would that be?
It's not just a fantasy, Jared. It's gonna be a reality. This has been your destiny.
That's true.
I don't know, man. It's pretty cool. But there's a code of conduct as well. They do allow a small amount of table talk, but you cannot be disparaging. You can't at any time players can be like, hey, he's being too aggressive or like. So there is probably some gamemanship to this,
but it doesn't say anything about like podcast co-hosts heckling the other players.
It doesn't talk about any amount of bad boy cologne that you can or cannot be wearing.
An oppressive
amount.
Oppressive amount of bad boy cologne. So I don't know. This could be.
I'm fired up about it. I'm close to booking my tickets as well.
So I know,
and I should have my schedule tomorrow. And by the time that this airs, I may have plane tickets of my own. So, yeah.
Oh my God!
We gotta make.
Can you even
happen.
imagine? Operation Game Night coalescing in Las Vegas.
But for real though, for real, I think I'm only gonna do Lost Ruins of Arnak. As much as I love Terraforming Mars, people from France absolutely tear me apart in Terraforming Mars. I don't think I won a single game outside. Like, people from Europe tear me apart. I don't know what they do in Europe, but
when was the last time you lost a game of Lost Ruins of Arnak on BGA?
I lose it all the time to Dallin. But Dallin is going to train me. He's going to train me. But I play 2-player with him. 4-player is a whole nother beast.
Yeah.
So my whole BGA lineup and schedule is going to be changed. Like right now, there's like 16 games right now. I'm playing all sorts of everything. It's going to be laser focused. I'm going to have like 14 different 4-player Lost Ruins of Arnax. I'm going to be trying different strategies. I'm going to be looking at different things.
Dude,
the training starts now.
The training starts now. Okay.
Wow.
So, any questions?
How do you guys feel about this? Like, as it's a pretty novel thing at like face value to have like a competition like this for board gaming. I mean, it's not weird in like other circles, Magic and different trading card games have been doing these type of competitions for a long time. And obviously, pickup league sports and things. But I mean, this is kind of a new novel take on, board gaming for competition. Do you think board games lend themselves to this type of competition?
I think whenever you have something where there can be a winner, you're bound to have a high level competition, right? Like there's like the World Series of Cornhole, there's like the World Series of Horseshoes. There's, anytime you take something that's not meant to be serious and you pit people against each other with one being the winner, there's bound to be something that occurs like this. My main question is about like who sanctions the like World Series of Board Gaming as an organization, and how long does it take until somebody says I can do that bigger and better? Like, sure, they've paired with Dice Tower, and I can see that Dice Tower is some sort of partner in this. I don't know a whole lot about the World Series of Board Gaming as an organization. Like, let's say Board Game Geek comes in and says like, you're going to win the Ultimate Geek Championship and get a bigger ring and a bigger purse. And like,
they're going to give you a belt.
They're going to
instead of a ring.
upstream the World Series of Board Gaming. Like, how long is that going to take for that to happen? Because I mean,
they got a board of directors. That seems pretty legit.
That's true.
I mean, these guys, tech consultant, bro looks good.
LLC board chairman, motivational speaker. I mean, I don't know. Clay, do you recognize any of these people?
Yeah, Stephen Bonacore.
Yeah.
I think he was like a Dice Tower guy back in the day, maybe.
This could be, there might be a position for us on here soon.
The board of directors.
The board of directors.
Probably
Maybe
more executive team. Yeah.
I could be logistics.
Or it's like the backup support, like
what about the like
door holder? That's what I want.
Door holder, door holder number 3.
Be the coffee runner for the World Series of Board Gaming executive team.
Yeah.
Dang. Anyways, Clay, back to your question. I go back to like any sort of sports organization, right? Like the NFL has a stranglehold on American football, and then Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson says like, well, what about the XFL? And he starts his own league, right? Like, how long until somebody else comes in? They have like the World Series, not the World Series, but like the World Championship for Jiu-Jitsu, and all of a sudden like the B team comes in and creates the Craig Jones Invitational in Las Vegas, where he pays out like triple what they do at the traditional one.
Yeah, I'm just curious how successful this is. Like, if it is something that's making a ton of money and it's like a huge turnout, it's only a matter of time till these type of competitions start cropping up all over. Maybe at a smaller level even, but
I mean, there was the
satellite event.
The satellite event was in Virginia. We missed it. There was one in Singapore. So maybe in February 26th, I think maybe they might. This one still is advertising for the one that was in February of this year. Maybe you and I are going to be going to that. Who knows? I don't know.
Oh, look at that ring.
It's the same lineup, but look at this freaking ring, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, got to get one of those.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Wow. But, I mean, reserve your room today, bruh.
Okay, well, if you're out there listening to this and you want to help us make some custom jerseys for Jared and the OGN crew to attend the World Series of Board Gaming, we will wear them with pride.
Yep.
I cannot wait. I'm so excited about this.
Leave nothing
so
on the table. Leave everything on the table?
Leave nothing on the table because you got mad and flipped the table halfway through.
Well, when I get the airplane first round and I fly that little thing all over, I'm exploring, I'm hitting guardians left and right, getting my gems, going up the research track, ding, 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 ding. Sorry, I don't know where that came from.
That's how it's done right there.
Yeah.
I'm just going to hit end.
Mission complete.
Mission complete. Don't cut us off. Don't you dare cut us off.
I'm cutting you off.
Don't you cut us off.